Hi everyone, I'm Rom.
I'm Ben.
Welcome back to the One Piece versus 4K podcast where we compare the One Piece 4Kids anime to the Funimation dubs and sometimes subs and throw in comparisons to the manga.
Perfect.
Today we are doing episode 34, which will cover episode 34 on the 4K end and episode 35 on the Funimation end.
Yep.
Um, yeah, this is yeah. I guess Ben, go ahead.
So what's been? Go ahead. I guess I'll just say what's been going on with me since the last episode.
Yep.
I so a little bit of One Piece news here. The manga. Okay, no, I have nothing to say about One Piece other than this episode that I watched. N- Not really much else has been going on with me. I'm still playing Borderlands again. I'm playing Borderlands on Switch with one of our friends from Laura's community. We're just streaming it every Sunday night. For a while I was streaming games every Sunday night. Now we just started playing Borderlands on my stream every Sunday night. So just playing more Borderlands. And then right before this podcast, so I've been playing Borderlands on Switch for the podcast, and I'm a absolute lunatic. So right before this podcast, I was playing Borderlands 1 on PS3 with another friend. Um, so yeah, I'm now playing Borderlands 1 for the third time on a third different system. I think I have a problem and I need to go to a doctor.
So much Borderlands.
I know, it's like the only game I play now, I feel like.
Did you play
Other
the Borderlands Fortnite thing?
They had a Borderlands Fortnite thing?
Yeah,
No, I didn't. Shit, I should have got that gun. They had special guns, didn't they?
I think they did. There's also this weird thing where it's like when you go there, your like health just regenerates.
Wait, is
Um,
that thing still on there? Can you still do it? Or
no,
is it
no,
like
no,
an
no.
older
I think it was
game?
like a temp thing.
It must have been when Borderlands 3 came out.
Yeah, honestly, I
Oh
think
man.
like Epic with Fortnite, like it's like the most. It's very. It's like one of the smartest things they've ever did. It's not often that like a game partners with others to kind of like promote their stuff. Like I don't think I've ever seen that in a game before where they
Final
use it.
Fantasy 14 does it a lot, and
Mm,
Fantasy Star Online 2 in Japan did that a bunch. But
yeah.
yeah, I think Fortnite is like the most popular game that's doing all these collabs, and I mean they just have endless amount of money, so anybody will work with them because they just throw money at them and say, "Hey, we want to put your shit in here. Here's $5 million. Will you do it?" Okay.
Yeah, I mean like I think at least to my knowledge like that's like the only game that I know that actually like like it's used as like a brand that like people can advertise like
Hmm.
through. Like I've never seen it in other games until Fortnite. Like they do it with the NFL often. I don't know if they I think I'd imagine that they do it with the NBA. Obviously Borderlands, they did it with Borderlands.
When is Luffy coming to Borderland? Or sorry, when is Luffy coming to Fortnite?
Um I think One Piece will come to Fortnite around the time the One Piece live action is finished and it's about to get released on
No, I
Netflix.
don't think it's gonna come. Oh, wait, is this gonna be an American Netflix one?
Uh yeah, like this is like the live action like this is like yeah, American. Yeah, this is like I guess it's primarily American, I guess. In that like so I mean it's like Western
I
folks
don't. Okay,
doing this
I
like
don't. But you think Toei's gonna pit? You think they're really gonna want to get the live action versions of Luffy in it? I don't think so. I
no, I
don't
mean
know.
like this is like something that like yeah, they're working with it. Like even Ichiro Oda is actually working with Netflix. He one of the writers actually wrote I think on Daredevil. He's actually one of the writers for this like live action. They're throwing like a lot of money into this.
Well, then they
Um
might. Okay. Well, yeah, I
yeah.
guess so.
I
Well, I mean,
think
the thing is though they're throwing money into it, but I wonder how that deal if I wonder how many companies are coming to Fortnite saying we want you to put our shit in, or how often is Fortnite asking them?
Yeah, I mean, granted, I think part of the reason they're doing this collab is like so many people play, like so many NFL players
Yeah.
play with Twitch streamers. Um, I think there are even articles about how like some NFL players use Fortnite to kind of like I guess create team chemistry. I think like Jared Goff, he apparently played Fortnite with his like offensive linemen just to kind of like get like a rapport with them, something like that. But yeah, I mean like yeah, I see NFL players like play Fortnite with like Twitch streamers a lot. Granted, I think like with just the growth with of like Twitch streamers, I think like they shifted from Fortnite to like Call of Duty and stuff. But I think like Fortnite is the only game that's like I don't know how to say it. It's like adaptable, or it's like it's adaptable, or it's flexible. It's flexible to where it can kind of like it can alter like the game mechanics to kind of like suit whatever they need to promote. Like I mean, like with Call of Duty, it's like it's an FPS. I don't know if I think fall damage is a thing, but it's like it's like real world in that like you can't build something out of nothing. And like there aren't like weird gimmicks where like you can like jump off of something and it'll save you from fall damage or anything like that.
Well, they do have Rambo and John McClane in Call of Duty.
Yeah, I mean like those are the kind of like only kind of promotion stuff that they can do. But like with Fortnite, it's like
Yeah, it's
it's so
already animated
wacky in that.
anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so animated that like they can kind of like like make the game to kind of where it can like do kind of like a lot of promotions with it. I think like they did a promotion with the John Wick stuff.
Star
They did
Wars, obviously. They
Star
did
Wars, yeah.
Avengers.
Yeah, Avengers especially. Even DC, like I think they did one with like
Yeah.
Batman frequently. And I think one of the reasons the Batman one was very popular was because one of the most favorite locations for all Fortnite players was Tilted Towers, and I think everybody hated it when they got rid of Tilted Towers, just because of all the high rises and all that stuff in that. Um, but yeah, like they do all kinds of stuff like that. Like they like people just really like yeah, it's such a like animated game that it's like flexible to all these different promotions. Um, but yeah, I guess this is related to Borderlands.
Yeah. Fortnite is somehow related to every property
Yeah, basically.
at this point.
Um, yeah, basically, yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, they really kind of like made it in such a way that it's like flexible to everything, and they're just making a lot of money, and
Well, when Die
even like
Hard 6 comes out, they need to finally get John McClane in Fortnite too, so he can be in Fortnite and Call of Duty.
I'm sure the if it's possible, if unless like the Call of Duty franchise has like a certain exclusivity. I don't know how to if I
Yeah.
pronounce it right, but if they have like exclusive rights to, unless they have exclusive rights to John McClane, like this is something that they can do.
Yeah.
But yeah, um, I guess I'll kind of. Oh yeah, did you have anything else or?
Yeah, I got one more question to ask you about
Yeah, go
Star
ahead.
Wars.
Sure.
Have you watched episode 3 yet?
Oh man, I haven't even watched Loki yet.
Hey, that's good. You don't need to watch Loki. You need to finish watching uh why do I always forget the name of the show? The
Uh, uh,
Mandalorian.
yeah.
I keep forgetting it because I watched the show like 2 years ago at this point. I feel like no, it was last year, I guess, but
Yeah, I mean the new
yeah.
season was out sometime around this year or something. Um, dude, funny thing is I think one of the streamers that I watch, um, they actually commented on watching The Mandalorian, and they're like, for them it starts to pick up around like episode 4.
Okay, so you just gotta watch 2 more episodes and then you'll just be sold.
Yeah, yeah, I know. And yeah, it is one thing I really need to watch because it's like I was wondering, I was like trying to find a show to watch, and like I want more episodes of Loki out before I start watching it, just because I know how quickly I'll
Yeah,
binge through a lot of it. So
yeah, I'm gonna wait. I mean, I haven't even started watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier yet either. So
that one is pretty easily like something I got hooked to really quickly. Granted,
I'll be curious what I like better because I really liked WandaVision.
I mean, they're different.
Yeah,
They're different because like WandaVision, a lot of people loved like I guess the creativity around WandaVision because it's like each episode was like, a different
yeah.
era. Um with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it's like it's just straight up action, like all action, you know.
Hmm.
Um so there's that. Granted, I mean obviously WandaVision has action near the end, especially near the end.
Yeah,
Um yeah, but yeah, I do think yeah, it's just a different feel just because it's like all action.
yeah. So what's been going on with One Piece?
Oh, dude, I guess since the last time to this time, I think like another chapter, actually two chapters came out. And it actually revealed a lot. Not it didn't reveal a lot as much as like the conversations that was had. It was regarding like Luffy's like devil fruit, and it was like a huge shocker when they talked about Luffy's devil fruit,
I never heard
um,
of devil fruit. I thought it was gum fruit.
the cursed fruits.
Oh yeah, you're right. Cursed fruits. I forgot what it was called already. They haven't mentioned it in so many episodes.
Yeah, they mentioned Luffy's like powers and stuff, and it just sent everybody into like a whole frenzy, and it was like perfect because like they're on a buy this upcoming week. So it was like so yeah, it was like the last 2 weeks like it talked about like Luffy's like um devil fruit powers and stuff. So it was an interesting 2 chapters. A lot of action sequences were going on, and like yeah, I mean it was very action filled, with like a lot of dialogue, with like actual quality dialogue, and like I mean the anime, it was just like the quality of the animation, I've said it multiple times, it's just been great. So they're I think I've already said like they're back in the present now. The pacing is it's I think part of the reason I have a view of the pacing now, the way I have it now, is just because I started to read the manga. But yeah, it is. Granted, from what I heard like the anime watchers have been liking this pacing so far too, just because of how good the animation is. So I guess like anime watchers, they probably don't have like an issue with the pacing, and I really don't either. Just because like it gives, especially with all like the breaks that need to be taken now, um, due to COVID and stuff, like especially since like vaccination rollout um hasn't been that great around the world. Like they'll be taking like multiple breaks and stuff. So yeah, the pacing is what it is, just because they need to give time for Oda to write out the story, draw out the frames and stuff. So yeah,
You think Oda's gotten the vaccine yet?
huh?
You think Oda's gotten the vaccine yet?
I don't know. I don't know how it is with celebrities
You
in
think
Japan.
you think that One Piece is going to become a political mouthpiece for Oda's hot takes on uh, his anti-vaccination stance? I'm just kidding. I know
Yeah,
nothing about his vaccination
yeah,
stance, nor do I really care.
yeah. I mean, the show is already pretty political, as it already is. I mean, like, there's like political points throughout it. There's even like a lot of contra, and like it was just like coincidentally timed in a way. I mean, granted, like this is something that's been going on for a while in the One Piece world, and then now it's just, especially with like the current political climate, like this one character, there's like among like One Piece commentators, it's not really a controversy. Well, maybe it's a controversy. It's like a mini thing. Basically, one of the characters, actually not one, but two two prominent characters and maybe like one kind of side-ish characters who hasn't been as big in this arc. So basically, there is this one male character who is like who looks very much like a pretty woman, and that male character from like a young age identifies as a woman. And then there's this one female character who's pretty much very much like a woman, but identifies as a male because she looked up to this one person who is a man, and it's one of those things where like they liked this person so much that they took on that personality. And so the person that she liked so much, and she took on this personality, and the personality of the person she liked is a man. So she's like, well, he's a man, so I'm a man. So
Mm-hmm.
and this is like a key figure in the story. So there's like some people who are trying to figure out whether they should call this character a he or should they call him a she. Some just straight up just use the character's name, where others they say she, and so there's it's not like a huge thing. It's just like it's
And
just
then there's a huge thing on with the toxic fandom on the wikis referring to them as a she when they're a he, or all that whole
yeah,
bullshit,
there's
like the
yeah
whole Star Wars bullshit, like with the uh how the fandom refused to call the people in the Star Wars community by their new names, and said that they will forever be known as their dead names and all that bullshit. Have you heard about all that?
I haven't heard about none of
No,
this.
yeah, apparently there's like people like, people are not who they once were, and they go by different names now, and they may be a different gender now, and the toxic Star Wars community refuses to accept that. And they
Yeah,
they were moderating on their official wikis or whatever, saying like, no, sorry, this is what we will call you. And it's just like all the drama that ensued that.
yeah. Yeah, and like the thing about One Piece is that like transgender issues isn't really like something. I mean, like it's not something that he's actively like giving like a political statement or doing that. It's just one of
Yeah,
those things
but
where it's like it's just part of the story, and then
yeah,
like it's
and
just
then
yeah.
people are gonna start controversy around it, but whatever.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's
Yeah.
like it's so one of those things where it's like it exists in the world. So he like and he has these characters just because he has these characters. He likes these characters and these ways and stuff. So that's why they have it. And so like the whole aspect of like transgender and stuff. It's not like something that's like new to One Piece. Like it's existed for like a while, and like we'll never get to. Well, I mean, we'll kind of get to this part. But like there is this whole thing around. I don't know if like they call it like Okama. I don't know if that's like a femboy or whatever it is. It's like guys who cross dress and stuff,
Uh-huh.
and some of them I guess like they do consider themselves as girls and stuff, but they still have their masculine features. And one of the characters he really likes girls, and so he gets sent off to this island with all these kind of guys, and it's like his nightmare. um and like yeah, it's like hell for him because like he likes girls, but he's in like an island with like guys who cross dress and view themselves as like girls and stuff. So it's like, and he's just like he tries to like run away and stuff. um and it's like a whole side thing, so it's like it's not something that's like um
Yeah, so basically what you're saying, anybody that's pissed about these newer characters haven't even been paying attention long ago
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like there is literally a character who has a devil fruit power which changes a person's body from a man to a woman or a woman to a man. And
Yeah.
and this character actually does it to themselves frequently. Like he'll turn himself into a woman and then he'll turn himself into a man. Um so it's like yeah, it's existed for like a while. Like yeah. So yeah, it's just one of those things where I think, and it's going to be interesting when the animation gets to that part because then even a wider audience is going to get exposed to this. So
But
it'll be interesting.
but then the wider audience that gets exposed to it, do you think anybody's okay, maybe I don't need to get into this.
Yeah,
I,
I
I,
mean,
I was gonna say, do you think, well, I'll just say it. but look, I have no problem with anyone that is transgendered. I'll say this out front.
Yeah.
You do you. But I was gonna say, do you think anyone's gonna be pissed that it's the thing that changes that person's gender is called devil fruit?
No.
Okay, well,
No, no, no.
I mean, somebody that's divorced from the anime entirely. You think they could be mad at about that? Because they're saying, why
Like
is it?
someone who watches the anime but doesn't read the manga.
No, somebody that is totally divorced from One Piece at all. You think
Oh,
they could
like
take it in a bad way? They're like, why are they calling? Why is it this? Why is it? Why does it need to be a devil? Why does it need to be called a devil? Like, why does it need to be demonic or whatever? I don't know. Anyways,
oh, yeah, that'll be interesting when the live action show comes out, and we don't
dude,
know
they
how
probably
the
won't have that part in the show. I
what.
mean, I doubt. I think the live action thing will just touch part on like season one or. Did they say what season is going to touch part on? I doubt it's going to
Sort
continue.
of.
Dude, Netflix like just drops things after like 4 seasons, anyways, right?
Yeah, I don't know how far they're gonna go into One Piece 2, how many arcs they're gonna do it. Um, like there are rumors that the first season of the show that's gonna be out will only be the East Blue Saga, which we're currently on. But there's some people who are thinking it may cover both East Blue and also the following Alabasta saga as well.
Does this show have
Um,
a tentative release date?
no, because like they don't have it fully cast.
Okay, got it. Well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
and
be
they
excited because I'll actually be able to watch it because I'll be done with the East Blue by then.
yeah, yeah. We're not only going to be done with the East Blue by then. We'll be done with probably the Alabasta arc by then. By the time, that's just like that's at least how it feels like it's going to happen because like they announced this One Piece live action thing like I think around like late 2019 or maybe sometime mid 2019. And so, and the guy who is writing, who's kind of like the showrunner, he says that they're gonna cast like a diverse cast, like each person, like so Oda, he put out that little thing saying which nationality is each of the Straw Hats,
Are
and
they gonna do it according to that, or are they just gonna pick whatever? Because honestly, it doesn't matter either way.
like the guy, the showrunner, he says that that's what they're gonna do is that
Oh,
they're
okay.
going to hire actors of that. I don't know if it's gonna like if I don't know if they're gonna go to Brazil, get a person from Brazil, or go to Sweden and get a person from Sweden. They may get
But if
like
they do, man, if they say that and they don't do that, then that's they just shot themselves in the foot. They say they're gonna go with Oda's, you know, country of origin reference, and they're gonna shoot themselves in the foot by
well
not getting
like
from someone from Brazil or from someone of Brazilian descent. You can't just get someone if someone is of Brazilian descent, you can't just get someone that's like from Mexico.
yeah. Well, no, I don't think they're gonna do that, but I do think there's a chance that they're gonna get Americans of Brazil descent,
Yeah, I mean that's
get
fine.
Americans of Japanese descent, or get Americans of or
Or
get British
whoever fits
people
the
of like
role,
whatever. Yeah, yeah,
as long as
basically.
they're of that descent. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's something that they'll do. It's going to be interesting how they like do the like animal characters. I don't know how that's going to work. Because one of the animal characters is from Canada, but like another like animalist character is from India. So I'm just like, how is that going to work? Like, I guess are the voice actors going to be that? Are they going to like hire like a Canadian, but they're going to dress? No, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to happen, but
Oh,
um yeah, I mean, like Netflix is, I don't know if it's accurate, but I did hear that like Netflix is putting like 100 mil into the first season.
oh wow.
Yeah, they're really like,
Well, I mean, yeah, well, I guess it's already done deal. Apparently, they're also talking about they're doing a Yu Yu Hakusho series too or something. Oh man, they're just doing everything, and I don't know why they're going through with all this shit when they haven't had a single anime series yet that's been live action that's been adapted to live action that's been a success. I mean,
yeah,
all they
yeah,
really have to go off of so far is the terrible what was that movie?
Avatar,
No, not they didn't do that.
Dragon Ball,
No, no, Netflix paid for one of them. What's the one?
oh,
Death
Cowboy
Note.
Bebop.
Death Note. Death
Death
Note
Note.
is the only one that Netflix has done that has come out yet.
Oh, okay,
That
okay,
had
okay. Because
terrible reviews. It was a movie though, but still.
okay, because
But
I did hear that like Netflix, they're about to release like a live action Cowboy Bebop,
yes,
and
that's
like
already done, and that'll probably come out soon.
yeah, it has to come out soon because they're already done like filming. Like I think
Yeah,
one of the actors is John Cho, who's like pretty popular. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So yeah, that's why it's like there's more and
but see, I just
like
don't get why they're investing all this money. They don't know, like, if, like, I mean, they're all done by different people. I guess they just starving for content. But like
yeah.
if Cowboy Bebop is a total flop, they've already invested into One Piece. They've already invested into Yu Yu Hakusho. Supposedly, who the hell knows what's coming next? Maybe they're gonna invest into Yu-Gi-Oh. But yeah, I guess let's start. Let's get into this episode here.
Okay, okay, okay.
Uh,
I mean, I did want to also add that,
yeah.
like, to kind of like put onto their commitment, they are actually involving Oda in the whole process. Like that's how much that they want to get this right. Is that like they even got like the creator, of the show to also be part of it. So yeah, but yeah. Oh, I did want to mention I also did start watching a new anime, and I think I'm almost done with the first season. I forget what the name of it was. It's on I think it's on Netflix that I started watching. Um, it's one second. I just need to pull it up. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Psyche K. Yeah, The Disastrous Life of Psyche K. It's a hilarious show about this kid who he learned how to talk within like the first 10 days and walk within like the first month, and he had like psychic abilities and stuff, and so it's like life is on easy mode because he has all these abilities and stuff. It's like a comedy.
Oh
It's
wow.
like a huge comedy, and like I breezed through like so many episodes back to back just because of how hilarious it was. So yeah, I just wanted to put it out there. But yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, we still need to finish watching Cowboy Bebop. Laura and I. I've watched it all, but I want her to see it before we watch the Netflix one, whenever the hell that's gonna come out.
Yeah, yeah. I also like. Did you guys ever like watch Evangelion?
No, I really should probably watch that too at some point.
Yeah, I just
I
started watching it
so I watched.
recently.
I think I might have watched the first two episodes back in the day, maybe two or three. I know there's not that many. There's only like 26 or something episodes.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I only had the DVD, or my friend had the DVD of the first like volume or whatever. But I actually have all the DVDs for that. I just haven't watched it. I know it's on Netflix, and I know they redubbed it apparently, and people were pissed. So I probably just watched the original dub
I
since I
wonder if
already have
they
the DVDs
redubbed it just to
anyways.
be accurate to the original sub.
Well, I think there was right issues too. They didn't want to pay the old voice actors.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, because what I'm doing it when I'm watching it is I'm watching it in subbed just because I want like the original. Just like I see like psychiatrists like kind of like or philosophers and stuff talk about like Evangelion. When I saw that, I think I saw I think Jordan Peterson like do something like even though like I saw Jordan Peterson like talk about it, and I'm like okay maybe I should watch this. So yeah, I started to watch a little bit, but it's a mecha anime, so it's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. Speaking of anime, I mean, I'll give you a recommendation, but you have so many other things to watch. I don't know why I'm recommending this to you, but I guess if you enjoy the Evangelion, who knows how long these are going to be on there, but the Gundam, like the original Gundam series was made into three different movies in Japan. Like they condensed the entire series of like
Mm,
60 episodes into three 2 hour movies.
mhm,
And we watched those like at the end of, or we watched those in the middle of like 2019, like October 2019 before we went to Japan. And
mm.
those movies are fantastic. Like it's from 1979 or whatever, when that series started. But like, man, I was shocked at how like well that series holds up for as old as it is. But yeah, apparently they just added those to Netflix, and there's a follow up movie that they came out with to like those three movies or like that season which was made
Mhm.
into the movies. There's like a follow-up movie that's on there, and then there's a movie that's like a continuation of that that they just came out with like last year, and that's on there.
I have
I
to check
haven't.
it out.
Yeah, I want to watch that new movie, but yeah, I didn't like the follow-up movie, like the one from the '90s or whatever. But the original
Okay.
series is good. But yeah, that's a little interesting tidbit about anime from my end, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
so let's get into this episode.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a perfect segue earlier when you were talking about accents, but I'll get back to it. Well, you were talking about nationality. I guess this goes into the whole accent thing that the four kids did. That's sometimes pretty stupid and
Okay.
cringeworthy. But yeah, I'll get into it in a few. So the episode opens up with
Actually,
and it,
before you do, what's the title?
yeah, oh yeah. Title of the episode is Belle of the Brawl.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So another pun. And what's your episode's title?
Untold Past. Female warrior Bellamere.
Got it. Okay, yeah. So yeah, the episode opens up with Nojiko filling in the crew about Nami and her upbringing. She said that Nami always loved drawing maps, even as a kid, but sometimes it got her in trouble. Then cuts back to like a flashback of Nami when she's young, stealing a book off the top of a bookshelf, and all of a sudden, Genzo shows up and catches her stealing and brings her back to uh, well, you said her name is Bellamere.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I want to call her Belmare, but
Mm.
Bellamere. Yeah, so he brings her back to Bellamere. Yeah, so anyways, he tells Bellamere to tell her daughter to stop stealing, and Bellamere says, "You mean like you steal from the fruit? You mean like the fruit that you steal from my trees?" And he just kind of gets scared and runs off. Uh, Bellamere then tells Nami that stealing is bad, and if she really wants it, to just ask her. She then says she's at least proud that Nami wants to learn and learn how to draw maps, and that map that she has drawn looks exactly like their island. Bellamere says that she can make her own dream happen if she puts her mind to it. Um, yeah, so is this pretty much what has happened from your end so far?
Completely different.
Are you serious?
There is. Oh man. Okay, so first of
What?
all, actually, this scene might have happened for you at the end of the last episode,
Yeah.
because this happened at the start of mine. So actually, at the start of this episode, it's like Luffy is like walking away, and then you see three fishmen, and he notices that, oh, these must be fishmen, and he walks past them, and he just walks past them, and then they call him out. Then like the fishermen don't recognize him being from this island, and then Hachin he has like this funny conversation with Luffy, and Luffy's like they're like, where are you going? Luffy's like, I don't know. And so then Hachin's like, okay, farewell, and like all like this fun thing, and he like waves all the blankets and stuff, and he keeps walking. And then you shift into the backstory. Then you
Okay,
shift
so
to
that part
Nami's
never
house.
happens. That part never happens.
Oh wow. Okay, well,
It actually seems like it's about to happen at the end of this episode. It seems like they moved that section to the end for some reason. I don't know why, but that is really bizarre.
okay. Well, basically what happens is, okay, so Luffy like walks away, and then it cuts to Nami, like Nami at her house, and she notices that, like, obviously like everything is like broken, and then she wakes up,
Mhm.
and then she then looks at the oranges, which then takes you into the flashback. where Nami finishes drawing her map and she goes to the
So
bookstore.
it's taken her to. So she's having the flashback. It's not Nojiko filling in the crew about Nami and her upbringing
Well, I think it's kind of mixed.
at the
It's
same
like
time.
Nami's
Okay.
reminiscing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's one
Yeah.
of those
Yeah. The
things.
same kind of thing happens. That ends up happening in between this. I just didn't write that note. So that part does happen.
Okay. And so yeah, now that we're in the flashback, so now it's like, Nami takes a book, she tries to steal it, but the guy, I forget what his name is, Genzo.
Yeah.
He then stops Nami, and then he takes her to Bellemere, and he's like, "Hey, Bellemere, Nami was stealing another book," and then basically, like, yeah, Bellemere then talks about how, like, oh, Nami, you came back quick, and she's like, I had a ride. And this part, this is hilarious. I mean, this is like the censorship, or I guess like not censorship as much as I guess like they needed to change it for the audience. So yeah, in your end, they said that it's like Bellemere tells um the guy that like it's like how you steal oranges from mine. That's not the conversation that happened on my end. The conversation that happened on my end is um he uh so yeah, he says that, and then Bellemere gets all seductive and flirtatious, and then she says something like, um I'll let you do whatever you want, and like a flirtatious like and that like makes his face all red, like like
Hmm.
flustered red and stuff, and he backs out and he runs away, and then like Nami and Nojiko start laughing about how red he got, how nervous he got, just because of like Bellemere's flirtatious way, and like sexy way and stuff, and then yeah, then Nojiko then like not Nojiko, sorry, Bellemere hits Nami. She like hits her in the head, saying,
Hmm.
"Hey, that was bad." So I'm guessing, did they give the sound that she hit her on the head?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, she basically like bonks her on the head, saying, "Hey, this is bad. You shouldn't like steal and stuff." So yeah, that's where we're at. So yeah, the censored part is the whole Bellemere acting sexy towards
Yeah,
the
wow.
gang.
That's huge censorship right there.
Yeah,
Okay. I mean, and okay, well, I mean, they didn't really need to do that, but I mean, they could have found a way around it and kept it still more PG, but they just changed it to
yeah,
fruit. But that kind of still makes sense, the fruit.
yeah.
Um, okay, so yeah, it then cuts to, I guess it, cuts to later on that night or later on in another day or whatever. It cuts to Bellemere uh, telling Nam telling Nami to go to bed. Nami then says she's not her real mom and she wishes someone richer would have adopted her. Nojiko is pleading with Bellemere to tell her that's not what she means, and Bellemere says, "If that's how you feel, then leave." So Nami goes running off into the rainy night. Ginzo catches her running away, and it cuts to him. She's in, Genzo's house, and he's drying her off and giving her some warm milk. Nami says if Bellemere didn't have to take care of her, she'd be happier, and raising her and her sister can't be cheap because she knows that she's always getting into trouble. The officer then goes on to tell Nami that her mom was just like her when she was young. Genzo says that just about the time she joined the Navy was during a scary time when pirates were destroying everything and people. That Bellemere decided to fight back by joining the Navy and
Wait,
almost, yeah.
uh, before you kind of continue, there was already huge scenes cut out.
Okay, okay. I might have cut some things out, but go ahead.
So yeah, so now so yeah, and Bellemere bonks Nami on the head, tells her not to steal. Nojiko comes in and says, "Hey, if I wouldn't have got caught stealing. If I stole, I wouldn't have gotten caught." And then Bellemere hits both of them in the head, saying, "Hey, stealing is bad. Don't you do it." And then then they're actually having dinner, and I think Nami asks why. I think it was Nami. I can't remember if it was Nami or Bell Benochka, but yeah, they basically ask Bellemere why she's not eating, and Bellemere talks about how she's only eating the tangerines, and she's on like a diet and stuff. And then Nami talks about how like it's not because of that; it's because we're running low on money. Then Bellemere says, "Hey, we had a lot of tangerines. Uh, like we've grown a lot of tangerines, so we'll sell a lot." And then Nami says she heard in town that it was actually a great harvesting season, and a lot of people have tangerines, so we may not sell as much. Um,
Yeah,
and then
none of this
Bellemere,
was in there.
this what?
None of this was in there.
Okay. Well, so what happens is that basically, Bellemere, she like tries to say that like, this is for her, trying to keep fit and be all sexy and stuff. And then
Oh,
Nami
okay.
points out how, like not in like a dirty way. She's just like, I want to keep my figure and be good looking. And like then Nami says, "Why are your hands yellow?" And she's like, and then I think like she just says, nothing bad or something, in like a jokingly angry way or something like that. And then there's like an argument where then yeah, like I think it's regarding money, and she says, I think Nami says something about how like then like Bellemere then actually stitches Nami like some cloth, and she gives it to Bellemere. So Bellemere gives this cloth to Nami. I guess they made this to look like her putting Nami to bed, but it's actually she is giving clothes to Nami. That's like a hand me down from Nojiko, and Nami is like frustrated because it's just hand me downs from Nojiko, and they get into an argument regarding that. And then Nami says something about how they're not even actually really like they're not even related, like they're
Hmm.
not from the same mother and stuff. This leads to Bellemere slapping Nami onto the ground. And did they like show
Mm-mm.
Bellemere slapping
No,
Nami?
they cut that out. She just
Okay.
runs out. She just says she bit, and I just thought it was some just poor writing, but no, they just cut out so much. That's why it was so confusing. Like, yeah, like she just literally says like what I said that you know she's not she tells her to go to bed, and all of a sudden she's like, "You're not my real mom." Like
Oh,
she's just
okay.
like mad at her for like no reason, pretty much, and it's like, what is happening? Like,
Yeah,
you don't
so
understand why she's even mad at her, and then all of a sudden she just says, "Well, if you feel that way, then leave." And I'm like, "Geez," like at first I'm like, "Well, earlier Bellamere seemed pretty nice, but now she's just like, well, just get the hell out of here, basically," and she just leaves, and I'm like, "What is wrong?" I was so confused,
okay.
but yeah,
Oh, so basically what happens is yeah, it starts with a conversation about
then that makes
clothes, and
sense
then
why it happens. What you're
yeah.
telling me,
Yeah, it was basically Nami basically yelling at how like Nojiko and Nami are not really sisters, and like how Bellamir's not really their mom, and like this really gets Bellamere angry, and then she slaps Nami to the ground, and then like Nami starts really crying because she slapped her, and then Bellamere even starts looking at her hand and stuff, and then Nami then says something about how like she wishes that like a rich family got her instead, rather than adopted her instead of Bellemere. And then in that instance, that's when Bellemere says, "Well, if you find a rich person to adopt you, then go ahead, go find that rich person." And then this makes Nami just run out into the rain. And then Nojiko has a conversation with Bellemere about how like say that you didn't mean that or something, and then she's like, but Nojiko's like, we're all a family, and then Bellemere's like, hey, look who the adult is. I got very sensitive, but you're like level-headed. And then she's like, all right, go get Nami, and then I'll make your favorite dish. And then it cuts to man, I keep forgetting his name.
Genzo.
Genzo.
I
Then it
forgot it
cuts.
too. I had to wait until they actually called him by the name to remember.
Yeah. So yeah, Nami is at Genzo's place, and then Genzo's like drying her out, like drying her hair and stuff. And And then yeah, Genzo tells this is basically it's the same. Genzo Nami tells Genzo like it would be better off if Bellemere didn't have to raise Nami and Nojiko because then she would have money to kind of spend on herself. And she wouldn't have to have the trouble. She wouldn't have to deal with the trouble that Nami brings her with the stealing. And Genzo talks about how when Bellemere was young, she was also pretty rowdy like Naimi herself. And that's why it surprised everyone when they found out Bellemere joined the Marines to fight against the pirates and stuff.
So is it the Marines or the Navy?
The Marines.
Okay.
It kind of like alternates between Marines and the Navy a lot.
It seemed like it was the Navy in this.
It could have been the Navy.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think they also referred to it as the Marines. But yeah, they said that they were surprised when she joined the Navy, and yeah, and then it kind of goes into that, but it goes into that backstory. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'll just briefly tell the backstory. The backstory is really short, so maybe they cut out some things. But
Mhm.
so it said, Bellemere decided to fight back, for the pirates destroying everything by joining the Navy. She almost gave her life for the cause until she saw Nojiko carrying Nami in a desolate village. She sees them. She sees Nojiko coming up with Nami, walking towards Bellemere. Bellemere decides to take both of them in, and the officer said, once Bellemere spotted you two, or officer, aka Ginzo said, once Bellemere spotted, you and Nojiko, everything changed, and she had something to live for. She then sails to the village for safety and asks for a doctor to take a look at them. But Bellemere was also in bad shape, and that's what the doctor said. And she, at that time says she doesn't really care about her. She just wants to make sure that the kids are good. Um, and then, yeah, so that's basically the backstory that they give for Bellemere.
It's kind of very similar. Basically, yeah, she joins the Navy and then to fight against the pirates, and she was on the verge of death, and she saw Nojiko carrying like a baby Nami, and
Hmm.
apparently saving them gave her the will to live on. And yeah, they're on a boat. They go back. They go back to or they go back to her home, like her home island. And Nojiko tells them, "Hey, can I get a doctor to come see the girls?" Um, and then they
So
fix
they're going back to Cocoa Village, right?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So they actually go back to Koko Village or Kokoyashi Village, and there, the doctor at Kokoyashi Village, he takes care of the girls, and once like everybody's fine, Bellemere said they suggest like that Bellemere go give the girls to like the proper authorities so that they can like I don't know I guess to get adopted, but she's like I'm gonna raise these girls.
Hmm.
And they're like, "Well, you're really immature." And she's like, and then she stares at them menacingly, like, "I'm gonna raise them like a commanding way." And they're like, "Okay." And then yeah, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so at this point, Nojiko shows up. Um, like shows up for Nami as someone is screaming, "Pirates are here! Run and hide!" At that moment, Arlong shows up to terrorize the village. Arlong tells them that from this moment on, their island is under merman control, and they will start paying a tax of 100,000 berries per adult and 50,000 per kid. And if they can't pay, they'll pay. If they can't pay, then they will pay, and then laughs. Basically like insinuating death, but they don't say it. Um, they all begin to pay as Arlong is happy of all the money is made. Ginzo is happy no one lost their lives, but hopes they don't notice Bellemere's home because she doesn't have much money. Bellemere is now busy cooking. I guess that favorite meal for them that they never really she never really said that she was going to cook, that you all of a sudden just see her cooking in the Four Kids version. Um, and then they see the smoke out of her house, and Nojiko and Nami try to they're trying to run home to warn her. They don't make it in time. someone knocks on the door. She acts like she thinks it might be, Najiko and Nami. Uh, Arlong steps in and she, just hits him with like this little shovel thing that she has. Is that like the same type of weapon?
Dude, this is like completely out of this episode.
Okay, well, all right. Well, let me just go. Oh God, so they really stitched the hell out of this.
Yeah,
So, oh my God, well, I don't know where to start. Okay, well, let me just keep going then.
yeah.
Um, she then asks what the pirates are doing in Cocoa Village. Arlong begins to laugh as Arlong breaks her shovel and calls her silly and worthless. Nami and Nojiko are then running along as Bellamere is seen laying on the ground hurt. She asks for some forgiveness and they tell her that she owes 200K. Genzo shows up and says she can only afford to pay 100K. Um, Nami and Nojiko haven't shown up yet and they aren't listening to the townspeople, so you think everything's fine. Um, I mean, so basically, they're trying to make it look like it's just Bellamere there. Bellamere's so you think that they're gonna get off like scot free, but then Bellamere says the 100K. She hands them 100K, and she says the 100K is for the daughters, and she can't pay, so they'll have to take her with them. Bellamere says she's sorry she couldn't give the girls a good home, as Arlong says, so these are your daughters. He agrees not to hurt them, but he says that he's going to put Bellamere in a dungeon for the rest of her days. He said then he says, if you can't pay the cash, then you are out with the trash, which I thought was really stupid and cheesy. And then Haji at this point sees that Nami has drawn a map and tells them that they should take her, as she'll come in handy. Um, Genzo's like, "Don't do it," and so is Bellamere. Arlong doesn't care and decides to take her anyways. Genjo tries to stop them, and this is when they slice him up and knock him out. So this is how he gets his scars. Nami then shows up a few days later and tells them that she joined Arlong's crew, and that she's now making all the maps for them. They then asked her what she did. Did they give her, anything else like candy for her work? She says no, but then they realize that she has the famous tattoo and she has a lot of money. Nojiko then says the money is no good because it's all stolen. To which point Nami says, "What good is honesty? Look how Bellamere ended up." Sanji, and at this point is when the story stops of like the flashback that Nojiko is telling.
Oh wow. So this is actually what happens in the next episode. I guess
Okay,
spoilers. No, he doesn't throw Bellamere in a dungeon. He just kills her right there. Uh,
okay, but
Arlong doesn't.
after he says that he's gonna throw her in a dungeon, she's still seen talking and saying, don't take Nami. So does she never say not to take Nami? Or is she dead before she ever has the chance to say that?
Yeah, no, she's dead. Like, so basically, it's like, and I'll definitely have
Well,
to
this
watch
isn't the
both
next
of these.
episode.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, I guess like I'll go.
Well, that's fine. We can
I'll
cover it
give
then.
like previews into the next, but I'll
Yeah.
finish up mine. So yeah, basically, Nojiko shows up at the guy's and uh, G- uh, uh, Genshin. I don't know why I keep thinking
Genzo.
Genshin. Genzo. She shows up at Genzo's house, and they're like, "Hey, Nami, Bellamir's gonna make us something." So obviously, he finishes the story with Nami, and she, obviously feels bad and wants to get back. So then they go laughing, like crawling, skipping through the village back to her home, and they're all like happy. But right at the time, some guys like, "Hey, pirates!" And then like all the townsfolk are all like proud of like Bellamere for raising how quickly time has gone and stuff. And at that point, the guy comes in saying, "Hey, pirates, pirates!" This is when Arlong comes in, and then he's like, "Hey." this place is now my domain, and you guys are now like people in my domain and my dominion or something. And he says, I now own this village, and you guys will pay what you said, 100,000 berries per adult,
Yep.
50,000 per kid. And everyone was, after everyone paid, they were all glad that he didn't notice Bellamir's house. And then but then one guy points out a smoke coming out, and then they go to Bellamir's place, and then you see Bellamir cooking, and that's where the episode ends in in
Oh
the
wow.
Funimation one. But
Got
here's
it.
what I will say. So basically, yeah, Bellamir beats up one fishman, and then yeah, she gets knocked out.
Hmm.
And then Nojiko and Nami come in just in the time and stuff. And what you said for the most part is pretty much right. Um, Nojiko says that the 100K is for the two daughters. And
Or
then
Bellamere says the 100K
yeah,
is
yeah,
for the two
Bellamir,
daughters.
yeah,
Yeah.
says that the 100K is for the two daughters. And then she holds Nami and Bellamir close, and she just says, "Nami, Bellamir, love you," and then Arlong shoots her and kills her right
Oh wow.
there.
Yeah,
Um,
there's no shooting. He just kind of in the four kids. He just kind of like breaks the thing and like she's like on the ground. She's just like shown like on the ground or whatever.
yeah, I think I saw an image. It's basically like Arlong on the ground pointing at Bellamir, saying, "Hey, you're gonna be in the dungeon for a long time," or
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, no, he's actually holding a gun, and shoots her and kills her.
got it. Wow.
And yeah, and then so yeah, like Bellamir is now dead. By this point, Bellamir is dead. She doesn't know that like someone
But is she
spotted.
really dead though?
Huh?
But is she really dead though?
She's really dead. This isn't the modern one yet. She doesn't
So
have the
she,
will of key,
so
unfortunately.
she, so she's dead like the other girl that didn't die, like the girl that inspired was it Zolo?
Oh, I guess yeah. In that instance, yeah, she's not dead. She's just yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, in the Funimation one, but yeah, so she's dead. So she doesn't know that like another fisherman found Nami's sketch, and she doesn't. So basically, yeah, all you said was pretty much right.
Wow.
Someone noticed the sketches, and they were really impressed. So then he takes Nami, and then he's like, "You're going to draw," and then she gets the tattooed, and then she gets money, and yeah, similar to pretty much what you said, which I'll kind of cover in the next episode. But yeah,
Okay. So
yeah, they really cut out a lot of parts and
yeah,
combined this
so I still
flashback
got more
into.
to my episode.
Oh, perfect. Go ahead.
Yeah, so now Sanji is seen sitting there listening and shocked, and so is Usopp. Zolo is then seen asleep.
Mhm.
He's bored by the story. Sanji then says he will save her, and Nojiko punches him and says, "Stop running off at the mouth. You can't say that. She's your friend, and the pirate because if you do, the pirates will get suspicious." Nojiko says she doesn't. Nami doesn't even understand what a friend is, anyways. At this point, you notice Johnny and Yosaku were overlooking and eavesdropping on the story, and they like are all sad and crying. Luffy. Now we see Luffy, and he's beginning to walk into the village as he notices, the Rat Navy man guy is in the village. Then Genzo is seen with the Navy man asking, "What does he want with Nami?" And the rat guy just says, "Just you take me to her," and then the episode ends.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, no, none of that's in this episode. Maybe it'll be in the next one.
Jeez, man, they just sliced and cut this episode up, and like, man, that is crazy.
I mean, okay, so here's what I'll say. I get why they cut out the part where, or they altered it where, like, Bellamir is all like sexy and
Yeah,
flirtatious with Genzo. I get that. I don't get why they had to cut the part. Like, they can even like cut the
but the thing
slap.
is they didn't even need to cut that out. They could have, like, dude, they could have just had her say, "I'll give you a kiss," or something like that. I mean, come on. In Pokemon, that was like a thing, like where, like, like Brock was asking Nurse Joy for kisses and stuff like. I mean, come on, that's not PG, and that's like fine for kids. I'll give you a kiss. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, that's fine. Like, that part altering, it's like, okay, fine, whatever. The thing I don't get is why they had to hide the financial struggles
Yeah, I don't
of
know. I
Bellemere.
guess it's hitting too hard to kids, like, own home financial struggles. It'll make them cry. I don't know.
Like, dude, like, that's kind of addressed in the next scene where she's giving them clothes. Like, in this scene, it's just food. Like, I don't know why they
Yeah, I
had to,
know, and
like,
they already
cut out the
established
food
that she
thing.
was poor anyways, so
Yeah, so it's like, why didn't they like allow that dinner scene where where Nami points out how like Bellamir's not eating? Like they could have left that scene in. I don't know why. I guess like they're worried that like it's gonna give kids a false idea to like starve themselves. Maybe that's why they cut it out. But
oh,
I'm just
yeah.
pulling at strings. I'm literally pulling at strings. I don't know if this is why they cut out that part. It was so odd. Um,
It would be so interesting to actually hear a podcast of the people that worked on the 4 Kids anime to know why they cut these certain things out.
Yeah, dude. It's like this is like it leaves out so much context as to why Nami runs out rather than
Yep.
just, oh, I don't want to go to bed, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it just makes her seem like a total brat.
Yeah, it's like yeah, they oh man, they did Nami dirty that way because it's like yeah, they pointed out her as like a brat rather than like oh there's like this whole like package, this whole like yeah, a baggage that she comes with
Mhm.
prior to her just running out of the house. You know, so yeah, it was yeah.
Yeah, and they, like, ramped it up too, like, she says, like, one bad thing to Bellemere, and then she's like, "Okay, well, then get the hell out of here." It's like, "What?
Yeah. Yeah, it also
Jeez,
makes
man."
Bellamere look way worse.
I know, and then, like, they make her up to be nice, and then it makes her look way worse, and then it makes Nami look way worse. Like, what are they doing, man? Oh my god, okay, but that is crazy. Some crazy edits here.
Yeah, this is like oh man, the fact that they cut out like this is like key information that they cut out because they make characters look worse than they are, and they like yeah, cutting out these scenes makes Nami and Bellamere look worse than they are. Like
Yep.
that's oh man, that's bad. Oh well.
And it makes Arlong look not as bad because he doesn't kill.
Yeah, yeah,
He's a
that
nice guy,
too.
man. He's a nice guy.
Yeah,
What's
he
wrong
doesn't
with
kill
you?
them. He just throws them in a dungeon, and I guess like they just I don't know if they're fed well in the dungeon. They just somehow end up dying because you see Bellamir's grave.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because they
oh
did
my
show the
goodness.
grave earlier.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, that was like this weird thing, man. But yeah.
yeah. Well, I'm interested for the next episode now. See
Yeah,
how that.
me too, yeah.
I'm interested to see how the hell this eventually even ends up getting back on track.
Yeah, yeah. I know. Like, yeah, leaving out so much context. It's definitely like an insight into what's gonna happen in the upcoming episodes. Not for a while, but like in the soon to come episodes. But yeah,
Wow, yeah, that's interesting. Well, thanks everyone for listening. Shouts out to our 2 new subscribers. I noticed we have like 7 subscribers now, so shouts out to them. If you've
eh,
made it all the way to this episode, thank you. But yeah, we will be back in 2 weeks. So thanks for listening, everyone.
thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye.